Most OnlyFans creators have completely forgettable brands. They may be able to make content, set up the camera, set up the lights, pick your outfit, but they don't know how to stick in the minds of the people that see them on the For You page so that they can explain it to somebody who doesn't know you. Today in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to make your personal brand for your OnlyFans business and how to make it congruent with your personality so it doesn't feel like you're LARPing as somebody you're not. My name is Luca Gray. I've been running an OnlyFans agency for the last 2 years. We've worked with creators from all around the globe, Canada, USA, South Africa. We've worked with a ton of creators and they've come from all different earnings. People who've made 2K in a month, 5K in a month, 10K, 20K, all the way up to 50 and 60K sometimes. And I'm about to show you the difference between creators that make a ton of money on OnlyFans and the people that blend in and die out. So let's get into it. Here's how to find your personal brand as an OnlyFans creator. And I use the word find on purpose because you're gonna have to do some soul searching. I've seen tons of agencies out there that try to force fit a niche on somebody, and the problem is they don't really know what to say, what to do, what kind of music these people listen to. The best thing is to look at your own life when you were a kid, the things that you like to do. Were you a volleyball player? Were you a sports player? Were you an artist? These are the type of things that you can use because A, you already are that person. It's gonna be easy to do the market research and find the people that are actually using this well. And B, it's not gonna feel like you're totally LARPing and lying to everybody. Most creators out there actually have a gold mine of material that they can use, but they've never actually sat down and listed it out. So what you should do is take a day to sit down. What are your hobbies? What are your interests? What are the things that you actually do for fun? And you can use those as your niche. The main thing that I like to say here is all of us think our lives are boring because we're in them every single day. You cannot read the label if you are stuck inside the bottle. So a lot of the things that are unique about you feel super mundane and boring, but that's simply because you're doing it every single day. Somebody who does not live that lifestyle and wants an inside peek on your life will think that's totally cool. Now here's how to make a personal brand that actually sells as an OnlyFans creator. A lot of creators, when they're trying to make their niche, they think about their life, they think about something that they like, but they never test it against the market. You never want to start with a blank page with this because you need to know that there's already a demand out there for what you're doing. Say you want to be in the volleyball player niche. Are there other creators that are doing this? Are there other people that have had success within the past? If they have, what kind of videos are they making? What kind of trends are happening within that subculture? The good part about this, if you've done this right and you've actually done soul searching instead of trying to force fit a niche on yourself, you probably already know these people. You're probably already following them. You know the music, you know the angles, you know the clothing, you know the backgrounds, you know the facial expressions and all the things that these people do. And most importantly, you know the vocabulary. If you're going to be doing a talking video, you better know what you're talking about if you're trying to fit into a certain niche. So what you should do is go and find a handful of creators that are doing exactly what you want to do. Look at their numbers. Look at the things that they're doing. What kind of videos are they making? What kind of videos are they putting out? And a lot of the times you can just remake them in your own style. Just because you copied a format doesn't mean you copied their entire style. You look different, you talk different, you have a different flow. Just look for the formats and the trends that are happening within these niches. And that's the easiest way to get started because you're not starting with a blank page and God forbid you get a year down the line and find out that this is one of those niches that just doesn't have any demand. Here's one of the reasons why your niche as an OnlyFans creator might not be working. We need to realize that Instagram and social media, it's a visual platform and people try to put you in a box with every single thing that you do. If you're trying to do the girl next door niche and you look like a Miami baddie, people are not going to buy it. They're looking at the optics. If they turn off the volume on one of your videos, does it communicate what you want it to communicate to them? If you're trying to do Miami baddie and you look like a gamer girl, it's just not really going to work. People are going to look at you and say, I don't buy this simply off the fact that she doesn't look like what I think she should look like. But even if it isn't working, you can still do a couple things. And this is where things like props, outfits, lighting, all of this stuff will come into play. If you don't look like you're a classic soccer player, you can put on a soccer uniform and help it. If you don't look like the classic Miami baddie, you can go and buy clothing that you see them wearing when you've done your market research. But what you should really do is take an honest look in the mirror and say, okay, do I really fit this niche? Do I really want to be the Miami baddie archetype? Or is there other things that I could do in this sweet girl next door, sweet gamer? If you look like that, you should play off your strengths instead of trying to change them into something that you think will work because you want to do it. This is about the fans. This is about what they want. You need to be able to look at it through their perspective and honestly say, do I look like what I'm trying to portray here or do I need to make adjustments to my niche? Here's how to tell if your niche in OnlyFans is actually working. Obviously, you'll know if you're getting a lot of views, but you can look in the comments and see what people are actually saying. I like to use the Halloween test. If people can't dress up as you for Halloween, then your visual identity is probably not strong enough. And most of the biggest creators on this platform, they get really, really big for one thing. oh, you're that girl. Oh, you're that girl. You're the girl that does this. You're the girl that jumps on the Lamborghinis who's super small. That's Jelly Bean, right? There's these things that people remember about you, and it's usually about one thing first, and then you can diversify after. But if you take a look at the comments and you see people saying the same things over and over and over again, those are the things that people are starting to associate with your brand, and you need to lean into them. And if people start to say the same things over and over and over, that's when you know your brand is actually doing something, because people remember you as the girl that does this. Also, what you can do is ask people in your circle, what do you think about when you look at this brand? If they give you something generic and boring, it's probably not that good, but you need something memorable, maybe even weird, because people remember weird things. You need to do things that are off the wall and a little bit out there, because those are the things that people remember most, and not the bland stuff that blends in with everything else. So to recap, the first thing that you're gonna do if you wanna make an amazing brand on OnlyFans is you're gonna do some soul searching. What are the things that you actually like to do? What are some things that you used to do that you could rediscover your roots? It's usually the weird, contradictory things that people really believe, because it's the things that they would never have guessed about you. If you're a really pretty girl that's a Miami baddie and you read and meditate, that's kind of off the wall based off of cultural relevance. So those are the things that you should be looking for when you're doing your soul searching. The second thing is you should be looking up to see if there's actual demand in the market already and finding creators that are already doing it. The last thing you want to do is make a bunch of videos when there's no demand or no market for it. You should be looking for people that are already doing what you want to do and actually making money from it. The third thing is your optics mean a ton. If you're trying to go for Miami baddie and you just look like a sweet girl from down the block, people are not going to buy that. So you need to take an honest look in the mirror and realize, is this the right niche for me, or am I just trying to do this because that's what you think you should be doing? And the last one, use the Halloween test, check your comments and look for things that people are starting to associate with your brand. If you're starting to get the same comments over and over, or people are saying the same things over and over about you and what you're doing, that means people are starting to build an image in their head about you that they can tell to their friends in very little words, which is the peak of what a great brand actually is. So if all of this sounds very difficult, you can apply to work with me in the top comments or the description. The caveat here, we are not working with beginners. We are looking for people who already have some momentum and just need that one last kick up to that top 1%. So if you like the video, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything here or anything that you personally are struggling with, and I'll get to that in the next video, and I'll see you in the next one.